Jesus, can you hang up these?
I actually just re-put them up on the board yesterday because I said, Magnus is coming, it might ask me to do some small edge stuff.
They're like credit cards on the wall.
So just so that you get appreciation for this, 4 credit cards is literally 3 millimeters thick. And so imagine attaching a few credit cards on the wall and trying to climb by hanging on the credit card. Truly remarkable.
Yeah, I have the rolling tumbler, the one with like a rolling handle.
Yeah.
So like one arm pull up like on these.
Oh wow.
So I have the whole time like the record for like open class for that.
How many?
There's 3 reps.
And so not only can he easily do one-arm chin-ups, he does them with a rolling handle. It's very, very thick.
I can't understand. Like I've met so many strong climbers, and this is just unbelievable to me how you can hang to this. Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm actually like shocked how you can hang up to that.
And so just think of it. He's shocked. This is one of the best climbers in the world. He's shocked that he can even do that. He's shocked he can even hold on to it, let alone climb a wall like that. And so is bro in fact Spider-Man?
What do you do for work? Are you professional or?
Yeah, I'm actually an artist. I have a special effects company. So I do a lot of mask or prosthetics.
Clearly, this must be his full-time job. This must be all that he does. From 9 to 5, he trains, works on his climbing, and so on. Nope. I just do a regular job.
Are you good at like normal weight stuff, like deadlift and squat and bench press?
I don't do any of that stuff.
And so imagine being this strong, and he hardly even trains with weights. Aside from, for example, the barbell curls, of which he can lift more than his body weight, strict curl more than his body weight. With no swinging action, he lifts more than he actually weighs. Very, very impressive.
Come on, Matt. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh god, that was yeah. I didn't think you were going to do it, but you did it. Yeah.
And so 120 kilograms, 265 pounds approximately, he's deadlifting that with just his grip. Imagine this guy, if he trained for powerlifting, imagine the strength he would have.
So this was 121 kilos. His previous world record was 115.
He literally has the world record in his weight class, 115 kilograms. He just did 121.
So he smashed his own world record. And this is not only a new world record for him and his weight category, but also for 2 categories above him.
And so he has no idea how strong he is. He literally is just lifting weights in his basement, being like, yeah, let me try this. And then he does it, and he looks up the world record, and lo and behold, he not only breaks the world record for his own weight class, he breaks it for the weight class above him and the one after that. And so it's analogous to this. Say you have the world record in the bench press in the 90 kilo class, and you look up the record for 100, and you beat that. And you look up the record for 110, and you beat that. Think of how strong this guy is. Strongest in his weight class by far, but even stronger than guys 2 weight classes above. Truly remarkable. And also what makes it funny is he doesn't even know what the records are. It's not like he cares, he just does his thing, he lifts the weight, record, yeah, whatever, I don't care.
This is kind of like the device, it's called a linear encoder. So basically, it tracks velocity in a line. Like if you wanted to text your 1 rep max without having to add like tons of weight.
Okay.
You can do it with basically it's going to give you a percentage off the velocity you're going.
Yep.
And so rather than going by a certain amount of reps or 1 rep max and so on, he prefers to design his training around acceleration. He's saying 0.8 meters per second. And so he wants to see how fast is he moving his body and how quickly. Remember, he's trying to become an explosive climber. And so rather than thinking about static strength or just how strong am I really, he wants to be very strong explosively, to move his body quickly through space. Perhaps he's timing himself. How fast can I climb this mountain? And so what he does is he uses a certain amount of weight to train at a certain speed. And so how could you apply this in your own training? Well, what you would do is set the weight a little bit lighter, and when you perform the bench press, you would lift it up as fast as humanly possible. You perhaps are doing a set of 5. 1, 2, 3. And if you speeds start to slow down, you know the weight is a little bit too heavy. And so you can adjust it accordingly. I've seen a few people use this form of training, and I do believe that it can be effective. The important thing to note is as you begin to fatigue, you can't produce as much force as quickly, and so the bar speed, it begins to slow down.
Oh, what the hell? 20 kilos. I've never seen anyone do this in real life.
I think he's on tests, like he's not on steroids per se. Michael Hearn. Oh my god, I think he's on test, trend, everything. Like some guys are like, yeah, he's probably just on like some like, you know, HRT. Yeah. I think he's on everything. A lot of people now are questioning Will Tennyson. Really? Have you seen him lately? Yeah, he looks good in condition. He looks ridiculous. Like he looks crazy. But the thing is, he's 6 foot, like he's tall, and he's 179. I would say 100% average. I think yourself know who he is. I would say that. Tristan Lee, not average. I've gone through different phases, natural. So what I think is he started natural, then I think he hopped on, then I think he went natural again, then he hopped on again. His last transformation, he put on 36 pounds in like 8 weeks. It was absolutely, like, he weighed like 137, and then he was 175 in weeks, like, you know, like whatever months. Now, obviously, it's not all muscle, but like 20 of it is muscle. Like still, regardless, it's still the same. Yeah, but when you've been training for 5 years, you would suddenly put on like 10 pounds of muscle. So in mine, you just thought it was an okay in high school? How do you feel about it? Yeah, I feel good. It's a compliment. That's it. And then my physique now compared to last time, what would you say? Well, when you met me last time in person, you were like, do you think I'm natural? And I'm like, now? Yeah, but not before. So I still just, that's what I've always thought. But you look natural. Like, to see you in person, you wouldn't think natural. Like, if I saw you for the first time and you said, I've been training for 15 years, I'd be like, I'd be like, maybe it's natural. I would be like, nah, I don't really think. But when you say 3 years, I'd be like, oh, come on. That's why all your comments are flooded with your lying. And also, you saw my before, how skinny I was. Yeah, he was like 140 max. No, I was actually, I told you 120, 138. I was 135 or something. Actually, 135? Yeah. Because I didn't weigh myself actually. But I knew, like, when I was 16, I was like maybe 120 something. And then my offer is too infinite for me to want to delegate a lot of it. I'm trying to build it myself good first, and then I'll delegate and then scale it. But until it's built up at one. Once I delegate all my shit, maybe I'll take it. So if you were able to leverage competing as part of your brand, it would make sense to do it. But for you, it's not really what you do. You're not like Samsung, like competing probably wouldn't help you at this point. If I did it too, I'd probably just come out of nowhere 3 weeks before a show and just be like, yo, compete. I wouldn't have to hold I would just probably get the coach just as is. If they get a coach for 3 weeks, just dial me in and then just out of nowhere compete. You would probably want 6 weeks from here to diet to be lean. Didn't you do a video with Jeff Nippard? He was saying how long you need to diet? Yeah. I can't remember how long he said. Wasn't it 4 months or something? He was saying it was not long. I'm later now than I was. And I'm not saying that. Bro, I'm not tracking anything. It's crazy. I don't track. Before I had to track everything. I don't track any macro. I still eat out daily. I just for the most part, if I do eat bad, I just I don't eat other times of the day. Yeah, so you're subconsciously tracking. I feel like my brain knows now, what I need to do to get lean. Because I don't track. Yeah. I think I'm at 4,000 calories a day on average, but if I did a 2-hour bike ride, I eat way more. If I say once a week, take a day off, I eat way less. It just automatically happens. So I feel like my body knows. And then if I see my weight going up a little more faster, then I just subconsciously stop snacking. Yeah, yo-yo back. Alright, let's do one more max. Yeah. 2 more. Maybe a pull down. We did the rolling push, so.
Many people, they know what that is. And so in his latest video titled, I tried the world's most extreme diet for 100 hours, Will Tennyson now knows exactly what it is to suffer. Yeah, he suffered a bit in the past, eating chicken, broccoli, and rice, and so on, cutting out the burgers, fries, desserts, and candies. He's been eating in a calorie deficit, but nothing compares to peak week. Will Tennyson, skeleton face engaged. Bro, are you okay? My dude, your face looks emaciated. Insane, bro, but please, for the love of God, have a donut. They're so delicious. Remember donuts? Those of you who have competed, you know that this means he's on point. If you don't have a skeleton face, if no one comments and says, are you unwell? You probably haven't dieted hard enough. And so in this video, Will's going to explain not only the physical, but the mental difficulties of getting ready water as well, allowing the body to get more dehydrated. Remember, this is a drug-tested competition. Will cannot use diuretics, and so he has to use natural methods to dehydrate his body.
The workout so far has been pretty good. Energy is decent, pump is decent, and that's because 2 days prior to the depletion, I had back-to-back high-carb days.
And so during peak week, it's not the time to go harder than last time. He's saying, as Jay Cutler liked to say, his energy is decent. Decent is decent. Kind of like Sam's Hewitt's conditioning.
Your condition's decent.
If it was normal to walk around with 6% body fat, to be on a starvation diet and have plenty of energy, then more people would actually do it. But this is something that's reserved solely for bodybuilding competitions. I mean, are you seeing the chest striations in the back, the Christmas tree, and so on? This looks unreal.
2 scoops of some whey protein. I have a feeling that this is gonna taste like imported Italian gelato.
And so one of the amazing things when you diet to this extent is that everything tastes delicious. Plain tuna, delicious. Chicken breast, boiled, love it. And so unless you've ever dieted down to this point, you have no idea how good food actually tastes. When I'm dieting down, I have no trouble eating plain salads with mustard, perhaps some low-calorie ketchup on top, some pepper, some aspartame, and it's delicious. Oh, you're hungry, right? Oh, I'll eat a pound of spinach and I'll put some pepper on it and some Miss Buttersworth, and that is delicious. But once the diet's over and you've had the taste of ice cream, donuts, candy...
Topic, like you're gonna spend a lot of time in that, but you're not gonna buy anything. Doing this actually really helped because it excited me for the days to come.
I mean, this is something that we do. You're on a diet, you go to the store, you look at the foods that you can't eat, you're thinking, I'm gonna be able to eat that soon, next week.